What's going on, guys? Neil Guys here. In today's video, we're talking about the 4-4-2 second variation and why I think it's the best formation post patch. They finally fixed the left mid, right mid, come back on defense issue, if you know what that is. I'll explain that very briefly when the video starts. This is part 1. I'll be going over why I think it's the best formation. Part 2, I'll be going over the tactics and instructions because it'll be quite a long video to explain. So do check out part 2 on my channel. As usual, timestamps will be in the description below. Just very quickly, want to talk about how they fixed the formation. I used to use, if you know me for a very long time, I've used this formation and my favorite formation in the game when the game came out. But what happened was, after the December patch, I used to play my left mids and right mids on comeback on defense. After the December patch, they completely messed the formation up. So the formation was bugged. So even if the left mid and right mids were on comeback on defense, they wouldn't come back. They'll just roam in the middle. Thank God, I just found out that they've actually fixed this post patch, so this is probably going to be my main formation. You see me using the 4-4-2, which is very, very similar, but the reason why this formation would be really good post patch is because you kind of defend the wings a bit better. It's kind of defending against the meta. So let's talk about this formation. I'll talk about attacking first, then I'll get onto the defensive. So why is this formation so good attacking? Well, this is how I play the formation. These are the players I start with. Just to let you know very quickly, Juanfran doesn't play right wing. Marcelo plays striker for me. He's got the best stats, I think, for a striker. High-low, 4-star weak foot, 5-star skills. If you guys know, I play players out of position. It's important. I sub Tierney on for Pereira, who plays at left back. So I'll show you what it looks like in game. This is what it looks like in game. So Danilo Pereira doesn't play here. Kieran Tierney gets subbed on for left back, and Marcelo's in striker. So why I love this formation so much. Now, I used it when the game came out. It's the best formation, I think, all around. It's the best of all worlds. First of all, this formation, as they say, covers 60% of the pitch. So when you're attacking and defending, you always have an attacking option available. Especially if you're playing against someone like who's playing drop back, you always have an option to go down the wing or stay in the center. That's the benefits of this formation. You know, you have kind of 2 CDMs, 2 center mids. You know, I mean, 2 CDMs, 2 strikers. The left mid, the right mid. You always have an attacking option available, and this is really good because if you're playing against someone who's dropping back, as you guys know, you don't want to commit your fullbacks, because if you commit your fullbacks on a counter attack, you're going to be left exposed so bad. This formation kind of allows you to not commit your fullbacks because you have the wide plays available. The second thing is there's always a passing option. You know, in a sense there's triangles. There's always a triangle. You know, especially for 1-2. There's always a person to pass to with this formation. That's why I like it so much. You know, it doesn't matter where exactly this formation is kind of being played. You kind of always have a passing option. So even if you're getting pressed, you have passing options. The same with attack. You know, when you're attacking, especially if you're playing against someone who's parking the bus, you know that they're dropping back, the defenders are back. You always want a player that's in the center and that's wide, just to give you that passing option. This formation allows you to do so. Now, of course, if you are abusing the meta, which is the crosses, this formation is perfect. Why? Well, of course, you could just ask Nedved or your left mid and right mid in this instance to go down the wing and do a back post cross. We know that's the meta now. Or as they say, the indefensible El Tornado crosses. This is a really good formation. You can do that again because you have the wide wing players to do so again. You have your 2 strikers in the middle distracting the centre backs, and you have your wings. And if you need be, you have your fullbacks to overlap. So it's a really good formation to exploit the wings. Of course, you can go direct through the centre with this formation. Of course, it's a wide formation naturally, but you can still go through the center. I got some clips here where I still go through the center. I use my wide plays like a 1-2 outlets, so that's what you can do. And of course, the main thing is you can attack all areas of the pitch. This is the only formation, I think personally, where it covers every area of the pitch. You know, every kind of area of the pitch is being marked by one of your players and attacked by one of your players, so it's a really good formation. Now, defensively, this is the most compact and there's so much defense solidity in this formation, it's unbelievable. I mean, excluding the 5 defender formations, of course, these are defensive formations, but you can get outnumbered in midfield. And as you know now, park the bus is so prevalent. You don't want to get outnumbered in midfield. In my opinion, especially against a good player, you're going to get killed if you get outnumbered in midfield. 4-4-2 gives you, the bank of 4, and then the bank of 4 midfielders and the 2 strikers. As I said, it covers 60%, as they say, of the pitch. Especially for FIFA, mainly for FIFA, you want an outlet. Especially in this formation, the benefit is you mark all areas of the pitch. Obviously, the main thing is you protect your wingers. You protect your wings, so you want your left mid and right mids come back on defense and stay wide. Well, why would I want that? Well, it's important. Now, as you know, people are going to be abusing the crossing meta. Probably don't see it that much now, but very soon you'll see how prevalent it is and why it's so efficient, because it's almost indefensible. If you have come back on defense and stay wide, they need to break down your left mid and right mid before they can get to your fullback. And if they have, for example, let's say they have a left mid and a left back and a left mid attacking your right hand side, you kind of have 2 lines of defense. So it's really good to defend on the wings. That's important. We know now that there's no point getting inside the box because one-on-ones are so inefficient. Crossing is better. You want to protect the wings. I would say in this formation it's really good for also the counter-attacks. When you get the ball back, it's so efficient, especially when people are playing drop back a lot and they're playing constant pressure, sorry. So the good thing with the 4-4-2 is it's actually really good against constant pressure. Why? Because if you look at this kind of, I suppose you could say, I don't know, player map, for example. With a 4-4-2, because you always have wide plays, you can always cross the ball and rotate the ball. So what I mean by that is if you're getting, let's say for example Ben Yedder has the ball on the wing and he's getting pressed by some defenders, you always have another option. What I mean by that is you always have an option to either switch the ball or rotate the play. You can always do a lob ball to the other side of the pitch. Whereas for example, if you have the metas with although 4-2-3-1 is quite wide, people are using a 4-1-2-1-2. The problem is with this formation of the 4-1-2-1-2 is that, of course, if you're getting pressed on the wing, let's say Nedved is getting pressed here, even in left centre mid, you can't really pass to anyone. If you're getting pressed in the middle, there's no kind of wing outlet, so it's kind of bad in that way. And that's why I think the 4-4-2 is one of the most dominant formations. Now, getting into the instructions now. I put my striker on stay forward. I put my Neymar on balanced. I kind of want this formation to be like a 4-4-1-1. So I bring Neymar back on the defense. I kind of want Marcelo to be aggressive, so you can win the ball back higher up the pitch, and he's on getting behind stay forward. So he's going to always stay forward. Neymar will kind of be on balanced, so he can always kind of. The good thing with this formation is you can bring back Neymar if you're in trouble. You can even bring back Marcelo, especially on strikers drop back with a quick attack, quick tactics in game. It becomes really solid because you help protect the middle. This is really important because the only weakness for this formation is against the 4-1-2-1-2. This is kind of the 4-1-2-1-2 killer and I suppose loser, you could say. The reason why 4-4-2 is so good against the 4-1-2-1-2, let's just say you have a 4-4-2, so you have your banks of 4, you have your 2 CDMs, your left mid and right mid, and your 2 strikers, is you're exploiting the wing area with this 4-4-2 formation, if that makes sense. But obviously the downside is you have so many attackers in the middle. So if you do get attacked by the 4-1-2-1-2, you're going to get killed down the middle. That's the only downside of this formation. So how do you do that? Well, if you're a good defender, well, I would like to think I'm a good defender, you can bring back Neymar manually and defend. If you do have problems defending, ask Neymar or one of the strikers to come back on defense. So that way, when you do lose the ball, someone like Marcelo who's aggressive, he will be trying to press the defender so they make a mistake, and you have someone like Neymar or any striker you have in this instance who's going to drop back, and you kind of it kind of turns into a 4-2-3-1. So that's the kind of way I play. It's almost like a 4-4-1-1 defensively because you bring back one of your strikers, it becomes like a second striker or centre forward, like kind of how Bergkamp was for Arsenal. He kind of dropped back, didn't help defensively too much, but he was the outlet to Marcelo when you win the ball back. But in FIFA, obviously, it's a different situation. You can kind of ask Neymar to come back and help the defense, especially against a 4-1-2-1-2, so you don't get dominated in the midfield. And that's really the formation, you know. For my instructions, as I said, come back on the fence, what I'd recommend. For the left mids and right mids, you kind of want come back on the fence, stay wide. As I said, stay wide is important because you want to protect the wing. Even if you're attacking, if you have this on cut inside, the problem is if these guys are cutting inside, if you lose the ball, your wing's going to be exposed. So that's why you kind of want it on stay wide. So even if you do lose the ball, your left mid and right mid are going to be in advanced wing positions to win the ball back so they don't get doubled up. Come back on the fence, stay wide. You can get in behind. I think this is better to leave this unbalanced. If you want players to make runs, use L1 player triggers. CDMs, as usual, cut passing lanes, stay back while attacking and cover center. Left back and right backs both stay back while attacking. You want them on overlap. Why? You kind of want them to stay wide. If you don't want them to be inverted, if they're inverted, let's say they're attacking, if you put them inverted, they're going to play like almost like Pep Guardiola's Man City in real life. They're going to be inside. Now, if you lose the ball and you get countered, your wing's going to be completely exposed. So no, you don't want them to be inverted. You want them to stay as wide as possible, and you want them on sidelines, almost like hugging the sidelines. So in this way, if you do lose the ball, you know this guy's still going to be your left back and right back are still going to be on the sidelines protecting the wings, so stopping the crosses from coming in. And you're going to have, of course, your left mid and right mid that are going to come back on defense. They're going to help support your left and right back so you don't get doubled up. That's why I think it's the best formation, in my opinion. I use this. Why do I use it over the 4-4-2? Well, very simply, the 4-4-2 doesn't have any CDM, so you can only do stay back while attacking. Stay back while attacking, cover center. You can't do cut passing lanes. This is so vital to do cut passing lanes with this formation. It's so vital to do cut passing lanes with this formation, especially how the meta is now. Cut passing lanes is so important. You kind of want to be in the right place at the right time to stop the ball going to the wingers. You want to stop the ball getting played to the opposition's left mids and right mids so they can't make the crosses. That's the best way. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this formation. This is the way I do play the formation. If you're wondering about my tactics, I got another video, the second part of that, so please see the second part of that formation. What I would say is, if you are going to get a left mid and right mid, please ensure you put them on, come back on defense at the bare minimum, unless you're losing and you need to really go forward. And if you don't, you can put them on balance. I would recommend stay wide, but make sure these players got high work rates. If you're good defensively, you can get away with one of them on high medium, like Nedved's got high medium. But I would highly recommend you to have both these players on high work rates. Why you want them on high work rates is because you want them to be attacking and defending equally. You want them to be tracking back and attacking both when you lose the ball and win the ball. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section down below. I'll be showing some brief clips of how I played the 4-4-2. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, guys.